Okay, so for you guys that watch the video sequentially, you know that my friend Cue Ball sent me this giant box. And it's all full of amplifiers that I need to go through and figure out what we got. And we're going to go with this one next. It's a 4-part series, and in here we're just covering what he sent up here. And the reason we're having to do this is because space is such at a premium in my shop at this moment. I don't feel like I need to trip over his amps anymore. So we're just going to do them all back to back to back to back to back. Help him, help me. We're going to get rid of these damn things. And honestly, I don't think he ran any of these. I believe in here is a 667. Feels like a 667. Probably smells like a 667. Yep, it's a 667. Okay. Okay. There we go. Ooh, it's pretty. This one I do remember doing. And I know for a fact that it had wires on it that were long enough to go over to my power supply. Mr. Cue Ball. Tisk, tisk, tisk. It's okay. We'll make it happen. This one I do remember doing though. Let's pop the lid off it and see what we got going on the inside. Toshibas, Toshibas, how I love you, Toshibas. You're only the best money can buy. Man, I can tell he cut this down to put a power plug on it. It was like right like this in his mobile. I know it. I know it. Man, this thing is in titties condition. Heat sink is spotlessly clean on this thing. The faceplate is spotlessly clean. And this is a real deal old school with Toshibas in it. Balancing resistor's not all muffed off. It's got no pop pills. Are they matched? 6F, 6F. Or 9F, pardon me, 9F. 9F, yeah. All matched. Oh, this is easy. This thing sells itself. Shoot. This is the greatest thing since sliced bread until they went over to the DEIs, man. This was a solid, reliable box. Okay. Let's wire nut some wire on this. No, I got to replace this wire. This isn't... It's sub my standard. All right, give me a second. Let me put some new wire in this so we can go right over to the power supply hookups. So it'll take a minute as I'm hooking this up. And yeah, I put longer power wire on it. And I want to talk about the Patreon channel. If you enjoy these videos and you want to throw me a little bit of support, take a minute, go over, create a Patreon account, and come join the rest of the couple hundred plus Patreons I have. And let's all hang out and have a good time. Patreon exclusive content all the time, and you get 24 hours early access to like things like these that are up for sale. So anywho, you know, space is so limited over here that I look around this room and I go, wow, if I would just bust that out for parts, organize the parts and get rid of that, bust that down for parts, organize that and get rid of that. I got this giant black wood crate that belongs to a buddy of mine that's got a beautiful amplifier in it. If I could just go work on that, I get that giant wood crate out of here. And I got another giant wood. I had a guy call, he goes, man, where am I at on the list? I just want to get an update on where I'm at. And so I just took a picture of half of the room that I'm in and sent it to him. And it is a solid wall of amplifiers that is, 8 foot high and at least 10 foot deep. Yeah. Like I said, I'm on a hard pause. I'm not taking on any new work right now. I just physically don't have a place to put anything. I can't even get to half of my machine tools on the other side of the room because I got stuff stacked all around them and stuff. And people are still, I had an amp show up here yesterday, I sent it back. I have no place to put it. The amp showed up here and I literally handed it back to the gal over at my UPS store and said, no, I got to return this. So I shipped it back. And I wrote on the outside of the box, I'm sorry, should have called me first, no room. I'm full. I'm full, you guys, and it's not fair to keep bringing more stuff in here. It's just not. Cue Ball is a good friend of mine, and he's getting ready to change a whole bunch of things in his world, so I want to help him get rid of these as quickly as I can. I figured I could give him an afternoon and work on this, and yeah, just get this out of here. I gotta get more room. So, on that note, let's go over here. As always, 1000 watt slug and peak. Well, not always, but most of the time. Let's see here. Just turn this on. There. 1000 watt slug and peak, 1000 on average. 5 watt slug in reverse, back from the bird, 10,000 watt dummy load. Okay, let's make sure the amp is off. It was on. Amp is off. Let's grab our 2950. We're on like 15.1 volts over here. Let's show you guys drive real quick. Hello, 111111. Hello. We'll come up here. We'll look at the SWR from the radio to the dummy load. Hello, 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 hello. That's talking through the amplifier. Okay, so our bass dead key. If I remember correctly, this amp is really, really hot. I mean, it's like really, really hot. Like you've got to put like a 1 watt carrier in this, if I remember correctly. Yeah, so we'll put 1 watt in it. It's a 5 watt slug here reading in forward. And we're coming up, we're on the middle scale here, we're coming up to the 10. So we dropped the 0. It's a 1 watt carrier. So let's make sure we got our variable open all the way, which we do. Make sure I got everything framed properly. A 1 watt carrier into this thing makes 250 watts worth of power. So that's 1 watt. Hello. This is a hot 667, you guys. Hot. Hello, 1 2. Hello, 1 2. Hello, 1 2. Hello, 1 2. So that would explain to me this. When the amp showed up here, that button was in. I bet you he was having a hard time getting the carrier down on this. Hello, audio, 1 2 1 2. Now it runs more like a 667. Check this out. That's 1 watt in. Hello, 1 2. Hello, 1 2. And that's on the medium position on the amp. So what's it do on low? Let's kick that button in, which is the AM sideband delay, which also adds a level of attenuator to it. Hello, 1 2 1 2, 650 watts. Well, no, that'd be almost 700 watts on low. This box is running. Okay, let's go up here and let's look at our input reflect in our different stages. As always, just in case you guys are tuning in for the first time, how this works is there's a 1 foot jumper between the drive radio and this bird meter. This bird meter is turned around and reflect. This output coax comes around, goes to the input of the amplifier. Once I key the amplifier, the only thing this represents is what the input tune, or otherwise the SWR going into the amplifier in operation. It has nothing to do with the antenna SWR or the output SWR. Okay. 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1. That's on low. Let's go to medium. Hello, 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1. And let's go to high. Hello, 1 1 1 1 1 1 1. Hello. God, from this angle that I'm looking at this meter down here, you guys, I'm cresting over 800 watts out of a 667. I mean, it's screaming on high. Hello. And come here. Let's see if I can do this smoothly and not make everybody sick. Because I'm forced to stand next to the camera and not directly where the camera sits. From this side angle. Hello. It looks like about 825. But from this angle, which would be straight on, hello. Hello. From this angle, that would be straight on. I'm sitting here looking. Oh my God, that's hilarious. Oh, I am so sorry, you guys. So I moved the camera over and I squared it up on the average number. I'm looking at this meter running over to the corner, and then I look back up into the monitor on the camera, and I'm seeing 400 watts. What happened? So I keyed it again, looked at it, nailed it again. I'm like, no, that's doing 800 watts. So I look back up at the camera. Oh, BBI, you silly, and you're dumb. Okay, let's do this. From this angle, straight on. Hello. It's called forced perspective of the camera. Looks like 800 watts here from this angle, right here. But over here, it's 825. So you guys choose what you want to see on the meter. It's got good input Schwer. It's got good output power, and it is running like a Swiss watch. So you pick what you want. From my point of view over here, it's looking like over 800 watts. Hello, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Audio, 1, 2. Let's click this button. We'll go up here, we'll put it on sideband. Hello, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. The AM, we'll put the sideband delay in. Hello, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Got this guy that is just insistent. He bugs me quite often, and it's okay. I take the input criticism well. He says to me, he goes, if it's a sideband amplifier, you need to show it operating in sideband, otherwise all data points that you show are completely invalid, so therefore I have to reject your version of reality and interject my own. And I go, okay. I don't think about it because like that. The way I think about it is amp works or it doesn't work. Is it going to produce less on sideband than on AM? Depends on how the amplifier is set up. But AM, we're shooting for the maximum amount of power we can get out of it, of course. I do a lot of testing on sideband. Most of the ham amps I do, because I use this ICOM. Sorry, I locked the tripod down. I use this ICOM. It doesn't do shit for AM, so I have to do all the testing on sideband. So, yeah, I don't know. I think of it differently, but teach their own, you know. Hello, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Hello, audio. Okay, I'm gonna put the tins on it. Let's wrap this puppy up. Well, gentlemen, we're done with this one. Tin's back on it. There's no blemishes, no marks, no scuff marks on the tin. This back corner heatsink has got a little tiny wobble in it, but not enough to do anything. It's like, I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's just a little tiny hickey. It's nothing to even... On a scale to 1 to 10, 10 being mint, we just took it out of the box from Texas Star, and they said, hey man, it's kicking ass. This is a 9.9. There's a little wobble. That, and it's got Toshibas in it. As we all know, the Toshiba transistors are incredibly expensive. These are non-red dot Toshibas. Original, old school, badass technology Toshibas. There's a huge debate going on right now about is it worth it or not. And we're going to test that here shortly. I got the stuff coming to test that. We're going to build ourselves a little test jig, and we're going to build a DEI box, and we're going to beat the Evan Livin brakes off of it. And pardon me, not a DE box. A 287916D08. There's a rumor that's floating around right now that everybody's claiming the C's are tougher. The C's are not tougher. They are a completely different transistor, and we're going to cover that in another video, because they're not. They're weaker. But if you run them a certain way and get them to produce more power, will they last there? That's an unknown. That decision can't be made just simply saying I built a box and ran it on 20 volts. It's different. Anywho, we're going to test the shit out of that coming up. Old school Toshiba is still king in my mind. I'll take the 40 plus years worth of solid performance and the 30 plus years of performance out of this cabinet and know that I can sell this to somebody and forget about it. So it is what it is. I think we're going to have 750 for this, honestly. So 23 bucks for the ride, so like 775 or 773 or whatever it is. That's it. You guys know the drill. Call the number, hit me up via text. If you're a Patreon user, shoot me a message. I'll be all over it. I don't care where this goes, but it cannot stay here. A legit, old school Texas Star with Toshibas. That's it. Big shout out to my supporters. The list is coming next. Want to get your name on the list? Become a Patreon. You'll be on the list. I'll see you, gents. I thank every single one of you guys. Click, click, click.